Modern-day Indian civilization dates back to the 11th and 12th century, not to the Indus Valley civilization Harappans, who do not have a direct link to any modern Indian civilization, and does not date back to the Vedic period Aryans, who do not have direct link to any modern Indian civilization today. The Indian civilization is not the oldest continuous civilization in the world. That title belongs to the Chinese, not Indians. The largest provincial states and princely states at the time of the partition of India, along with the kingdoms or families that ruled them. The oldest existing dynasty or kingdom of the Indian provinces at the time of the partition was the Chalukya dynasty. The Chalukyas ruled over large parts of western and central India from the 6th to the 12th centuries CE. They were a powerful and influential dynasty, and their rule saw a flowering of art and culture in India. They were responsible for a flowering of art and culture in India, and their rule saw the construction of many magnificent temples and palaces. The oldest existing dynasty or kingdom of the princely states at the time of the partition was the Travancore royal family. The Travancore royal family ruled over the princely state of Travancore in southern India from the 11th century CE until the Indian independence in 1947. They were a benevolent and progressive dynasty, and they made significant contributions to the development of Travancore. They were a benevolent and progressive dynasty, and they made significant contributions to the development of Travancore. Modern-day Indian civilization today dates back to Indian province's oldest dynasty is Chalukya dynasty, started in 543 CE. Princely state's oldest kingdom family is Travancore royal family, started in 1021 CE. Therefore, the modern Indian civilization today dates back to the 6th and 11th centuries. Punjab. The Punjab province was ruled by a number of different kingdoms, including the Sikh Empire, the Mughal Empire, and the British Raj. After the partition of India, the western part of the Punjab province was merged with the princely state of Patiala to form the Indian state of Punjab, while the eastern part was merged with the princely state of East Punjab to form the Pakistani state of Punjab. Punjab. The Punjab province was ruled by a number of different kingdoms, including the Sikh Empire 1799 to 1849, the Mughal Empire 1526 to 1707, and the British Raj 1858 to 1947. Bengal. The Bengal province was ruled by a number of different kingdoms, including the Mughal Empire, the British Raj, and the Nawab of Bengal. After the partition of India, the eastern part of the Bengal province was merged with the princely state of East Bengal to form the Pakistani state of East Bengal, while the western part was merged with the princely state of West Bengal to form the Indian state of West Bengal. Bengal. The Bengal province was ruled by a number of different kingdoms, including the Mughal Empire 1526 to 1707, the British Raj 1858 to 1947, and the Nawab of Bengal 1717 to 1757. Madras. The Madras province was ruled by the British Raj. After the partition of India, the Madras province became the Indian state of Madras. Madras. The Madras province was ruled by the British Raj 1858 to 1947. Before the British Raj, the Madras region was ruled by various dynasties. Cholas 9th to 13th centuries. Cheras 9th to 12th centuries. Pandyas 6th to 17th centuries. Vijayanagara Empire 14th to 17th centuries. These dynasties fell long before the partition and are not part of today's modern Indian civilization. None of these dynasties existed at the time of the partition of India in 1947. By that time, British colonial rule was predominant in the region, and the transition to the Indian state of Madras was underway. United Provinces. The United Provinces were ruled by the British Raj. After the partition of India, the United Provinces became the Indian state of Uttar Pradesh. These dynasties already fell long before partition, so are not part of today's modern Indian civilization. Maurya Empire, 4th to 2nd centuries BCE. Gupta Empire, 4th to 6th centuries CE. Delhi Sultanate, 13th to 16th centuries CE. Mughal Empire, 16th to 19th centuries CE. Awadh Nawabs, 18th to 19th centuries CE. By the time of the partition of India in 1947, none of these dynasties were still in existence. The region was under British colonial rule and was later integrated into the Indian state of Uttar Pradesh. Bombay. The Bombay province was ruled by the British Raj. After the partition of India, the Bombay province was divided into the Indian state of Bombay and the Pakistani state of Sindh. Bombay. The Bombay province was ruled by the British Raj 1858 to 1947. At the time of the partition of India in 1947, there was no ruling Indian dynasty in Bombay, as it was under British colonial rule. Before the British, the Bombay region was a part of various historical kingdoms and entities, including the Maratha Empire. The Marathas held significant influence in the region during the 17th and 18th centuries prior to British colonization. In addition to these provinces, there were a number of other princely states that were larger than the average princely state. These included Hyderabad. Hyderabad was the largest princely state in India, with an area of 210,000 square kilometers. It was ruled by the Nizam of Hyderabad. The ruling dynasty of the Nizam of Hyderabad, known as the Asaf Jahi dynasty, was founded in 1724. The first Nizam, Mir Qamar ud-Din Khan, established the dynasty and ruled over the princely state of Hyderabad. Mysore. Mysore was a princely state in southern India, with an area of 190,000 square kilometers. It was ruled by the Maharaja of Mysore. The Wadiyar dynasty, which ruled the princely state of Mysore, has a long history. It was established around the late 14th century and continued its rule until India's independence in 1947, when princely states were integrated into the newly formed Republic of India. The dynasty was later reinstated after India's independence, and the last ruling member, Jaicham Rajendra Wadiyar, remained the Maharaja of Mysore until the princely titles were officially abolished in 1971. Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir was a princely state in northern India, with an area of 222,000 square kilometers. It was ruled by the Maharaja of Jammu and Kashmir. Wadiyar dynasty of Mysore. The Wadiyar dynasty's rule over Mysore began around the late 14th century. Dogra dynasty of Jammu and Kashmir. The Dogra dynasty's rule over Jammu and Kashmir began in the early 19th century when Maharaja Gulab Singh established the dynasty in 1846. Baroda. Baroda was a princely state in western India, with an area of 110,000 square kilometers. It was ruled by the Maharaja of Baroda. Gaikwad dynasty of Baroda. The Gaikwad dynasty's rule over Baroda began in the early 18th century when Pilaji Rao Gaikwad established the dynasty around 1721. These princely states were all given the option to join either India or Pakistan after the partition of India. Most of the princely states joined India, but some joined Pakistan and a few remained independent. Indian civilizations that ended prior to modern-day Indian civilizations. The oldest of these dynasties is the Maurya Empire, which was founded by Chandragupta Maurya in 322 BCE. It was the first pan-Indian empire and covered most of the Indian subcontinent. The Maurya Empire was succeeded by the Gupta Empire 320 to 550 CE, which was another major Indian empire. The other dynasties listed above were all founded later than the Maurya Empire. The Sikh Empire was founded in 1799, the Mughal Empire was founded in 1526, and the British Raj was founded in 1858.